So I'm a little late tonight. Sorry about that. Those of you who know me know I'm always a little bit late. So we can go ahead and get started whenever you're ready. I usually have the option to use a stretchy band or can use a pair of pantyhose or anything that you've got lying around. But today I think I might actually start to use some small weights because I'm getting ready for my body pump instructor training. So I want to maybe do some weights. Welcome, Neil. Waiting for some of the other regulars like Julie and Katie and Claire. So just go ahead and join in when you can, and Pam, of course. So get your mat laid out. You don't need to have a mat. If you've got carpet, you can just do it on a carpet or use a towel. It's always a good idea to have a towel or a throw pillow or something nearby if you've got bad knees or a bad back, because they'll give you some adjustments there for your joints. And if getting on the floor is an option for you, you can just do the first 10 minutes and then after that, maybe go to my YouTube and have a look at my chair Lottie's video for people with joint conditions. Okie dokie, so if you want to use a band or some small plates, just go ahead and have them nearby. I'm going to use some really light weight plates today. You could get some cans from your kitchen or some water bottles, or you can just stick with the band. But I'll show you why I'm going to use those. So let's go ahead and find our Pilates posture. See who else? Hi, Mr. Terry. Welcome. I hope you join in. So we're going to go ahead and start right in the middle of our Pilates mat, okay? So to find our Pilates posture, we're going to start with our feet together. Can you see I've got little froggy socks on. And you're going to pull your toes into a V and then pull your heels into parallel. So this is your Pilates posture. If you put your guns on your hips, you should shoot off your big toe. It's quite narrow right underneath your hips. Then I want you to just sort of tuck your bum under so your tailbone's headed to the floor and roll your shoulders up, back, and slide them down your back so they kind of sit right up against your spine and ribs. Your wings are folded in. Now we're going to go ahead and engage our pelvic floor. This is the hammock muscle from your front bits to your back bits. It sort of pulls up and in when you're walking into a cold pool of cold water. So I want you to inhale to prepare. As you exhale, try and close the pelvic floor from the front like you're stopping a pee-pee, then pull it up and in, the belly button comes to the spine, and then finally your ribs knit together and everything's nice and tight like I'm gonna punch you, and release. So try not to hold your breath and try to keep your butt loose. We don't want to engage from the back. We don't want to squeeze the butt. That is a way you can engage the pelvic floor, but it's not the way that we're working in this class. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze up and hollow like you're holding a pee-pee, pull it up and in like you're walking into a pool of cold water or zipping up your jeans, and finally the ribs knit together, everything's tight. I'm going to punch you in the abs like you're Houdini. Release. So that's your first piece of homework, to try and do that every day, a couple times a day while you're watching adverts or even while you're walking around the neighborhood. And the last thing we're going to do is the lateral breathing. I've still got the weights in my hands. You can have your weights if you want, or your band around your back if you want. But basically, we want to pull the shoulders away from the ears and have the fingers just a couple inches away from each other. I want you to try and watch your own shoulders if you've got a mirror or the video camera enabled. But I'm going to watch mine in the mirror. As I inhale, I breathe in deep and wide, but my shoulders don't rise. And as I exhale, through the mouth, my fingertips close and my ribs close together. So I breathe deep and wide into the back of the lungs and expand. And then I breathe out through the mouth and close the ribs together. Now, do it again. This time, bring the pelvic floor into it. So it's like you're forcing the air out of you by squishing the ribs and pulling up on the pelvic floor. You're going to squish the air out of you. Breathe in deep and wide like an accordion. Breathe out and force the air out by tightening your abdominals. Last time. Breathe in deep and wide through the nose and expand. Breathe out and use the abs to squeeze the air out of you. That is Pilates. Fingertips float to the ceiling. Let the arms fall out to the side, but the elbows are glued to your waist. Feel that pinch between your shoulder blade. Try and hold the pinch there, but release the arms. So what you should feel right now is a pinch between your shoulder blades and a pinch between your ribs, and the pelvic floor is lifted. The back of the head is long, so tuck that chin in like you're flying to the ceiling. And this will make you look an inch taller and a dress size smaller. We're going to do some teeny tiny little mobilizations now. So I want you to inhale to prepare. Exhale, slide your fingertips, maybe is that your right fingertips down your side and the other hand floats up to your waist. Inhale. Exhale, straighten out. So what I want you to do is keep your hips stable. They don't move. You're only moving from your ribs. Belly button glued to your spine, pelvis tucked under. Inhale. Exhale. The left finger slide down. Stop and inhale. Exhale. Use the ribs to draw you back up straight. So if you've got little weights, you can use that. If you want, you can tuck the band under your feet and hold the band. It's up to you. But we roll the shoulders away from the ears, button the vest, belly tight. Inhale. Exhale, slide your right fingers down your thigh, towards your knees. Stop and inhale. Exhale, use this part of your waist here to straighten up. Other side. Inhale. Exhale, lean over. Slowly, mindfully. The head is pulling to the corner of the ceiling. It's not pulling down. It's pulling up and away. Stop and inhale. Knees are soft. Belly button to spine. And exhale. Use that weight to draw yourself back up. We're going to do pulses now. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Squeeze up and hollow. And move to the side. Hold here. And we'll just do tiny pulses towards the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold. Inhale into your ribs and your armpit. Exhale, bring it up. Nice and tall. We inhale to prepare. Exhale, other side. Squeeze up and hollow and lead from the ribs. Head is to the ceiling. It's up, not down. And we do tiny pulses of the hand towards the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And hold it here. Breathe into your outer ribs and armpit. And then zip and hollow to come back to standing. Lovely. So keep the plates or the band or just your body weight. And we're going to do our functional squats now. So if you are adding weights, it's really important that you keep the shoulders away from your ears. Sometimes when we're using weights, we want to shrug. We don't want to shrug our ears up. We just roll them up, back, and down. Make sure your feet are under hip height. Your pelvis is tucked under. You've got nice, good Pilates posture that we just practiced. So as we sit back in our chair for the first one, just let your hands drop to your knees. If you've got the band, you can stand on the band and hold the ends of it. It's up to you. Or just use body weight. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Pull that JJ up. Somebody puts a fish hook through your back and they pull your belly button backwards so you sit in the chair. So you're leading from the abdominals. You don't have to sit far if you've got bad knees. If your knees are okay, you're probably aiming somewhere for parallel. But most importantly, shoulders down your back. Don't have any arch. Bring the belly button to your spine. No arch in the lower back. Inhale into the ribs. Push through the heels and stand up. If you can, squeeze up and hollow. Rise onto your toes. Arms come behind you. So again, the arms are away from the ears. Squeeze between the shoulder blade. And keep the hands nice and narrow. Hip height. Inhale. Slowly sit back. Leading from the belly button. Somebody's pulling your belly button and that's what's making you sit back. The hands float in front of you. All the way to your ears if you can, but they don't have to. Now I'm a nice straight line. Inhale. Exhale, push through the heels. Squeeze up and hollow like you're moving through treacle. Rise to your toes. Arms come behind you if you can. Inhale. Exhale, sit back. Your back is like an arrow. Shoulders away from the ears. Belly button to spine. Don't booty toot. Inhale into your ribs. Exhale, squeeze it in hollow and stand up. What do I mean by booty toots? Don't arch your back and stick your bum out like you're Tyra Banks. I love Tyra, but this is not the move. Inhale. Exhale, sit back. Sit back in your chair, wiggle your toes. Is the weight in your heels? Shoulders down and away from your ears, belly button to spine. Inhale. Last time, stand up. Last time before pulses, that is. Arms come behind you. Inhale. Everything's nice and tight in the abs as we exhale and sit back. You can have the weights or drop the band or whatever, but we're doing tiny pulses through the heels. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going if you can, or stop if you like. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Shoulders away from the ears, belly button to spine. Inhale into the ribs. Stand up. Toes if you like, or flat feet. Shoulders down the back, fist pulse to the ceiling. So pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Tuck the pelvis under, belly button to the spine, fist to the ceiling. If you can, shoulders away from the ears. Squeeze them in and up. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Engage, straighten, and release. Whew. Shake it out. So, shake it out. Shake it off. What we're doing there is we are trying to isolate the smaller muscles and to try and get the bigger muscles to switch off. So, that's why it is much harder to do that functional squat than it is to just do what we do in body pump, which is down, up. I can do this all day, okay? But what we were just doing there is we're trying to switch off the gluteus maximus, switch on littler muscles like the gluteus minimus, I think is up here, and the medius. My anatomy is a little rusty, but you get the idea. And the same thing for the triceps, trying to switch off the shoulder and on the tricep, okay? So that's the goal. We're gonna go ahead and roll down to our 4-point kneeling now. That's all we've got in standing. But again, you might wanna have the weights next to you, because if we're gonna do Supermans, and if you've done Supermans for like all the other sessions that we've just done, you might be wanting more of a challenge. So you can have a water bottle or a weight nearby. So, oh, silly me, we roll down. We don't just get on the floor. So I do this every week because we're trying to mobilize the spine. I really want you to listen to your spine and try and pay attention to any vertebrae that aren't moving. So feet under hips, Pilates posture, tuck the pelvis under, shoulders up, back and down. We're breathing in to prepare. And as we breathe out, we drop the chin to the chest, shoulders roll up and away from the imaginary wall as each vertebrae starts to open. The belly button pulls to the ceiling, but the top of the head pulls towards the floor. And when you stop where you feel comfortable and shake your head yes and no, and let all the tension out. Yes and no. And then breathe wide into the back of the ribs. And as you exhale, zip up the pelvic floor, belly button to spine. You can walk the fingers up, but you must tuck the pelvis under before you start restacking each vertebrae one by one by one. And when you get to the top, and you can move much slower than me, but your shoulders melt down and the back of your head grows long up to the ceiling. So you can always move slower than me, but never faster. So slower is always better in Pilates. Breathe in to prepare. One more time. We're going to roll down, and you can grab hold of opposite elbows at the bottom if you like. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Squeeze up and hollow that pelvic floor. Chin drops to the chest. Shoulders roll up and away from the imaginary wall as each vertebrae starts to open. The belly button pulls towards the ceiling. The head becomes very heavy. And when you get to the bottom, grab hold of opposite elbows and shake your head yes and no. And let all the tension out. Yes and no. And then breathe into the lungs to prepare. And as we exhale, you can walk the fingers up, but you must tuck that pelvis firmly under before you restack any weight. And each vertebrae finds its place like a bicycle chain unfurling. So pretend like there really is an imaginary wall behind you. And in fact, a couple weeks ago, we did it against the wall. I think it was session 3 or 4. So go ahead and try that one. It feels great. And you can really tell if part of your back is stiff by doing that. The other thing is ask your friend, partner, child to walk the fingers down the vertebrae as you roll down. And just they walk their fingers and you can literally feel if some of the vertebrae are not moving independently. Okay, we're going to roll down on this one. We inhale to prepare. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Shoulders roll up and away from the imaginary wall. You can walk the fingers down your thighs if you like, but the crown of the head is heavy. The crown of the head is pulling towards the floor, but your belly button is pulling towards the ceiling. It's like you're deflating. And when you reach the bottom where you're comfortable, you shake your head yes and no. And you can grab hold of opposite elbows, but you let all the tension out. Yes and no. And then when you're ready, you bend your knees and you walk out to 4-point kneeling. You can go ahead and optional hit a plank in the middle. Why not? You don't have to though. But if you do hit a plank, look at how flat I am. I am right in a nice long for my fingers all the way to our toes, just like a roller. Then I sink my knees and walk in. You don't gotta do that. You just get down however's comfy for you, okay? What you do need to do now is to check that your knees are directly underneath your hips. So often we're quite far forward in other types of exercise. So you probably need to bring your hands in a little bit if you're not used to Pilates with me. So your wrist is under your shoulder, directly under, and your knee under your hip. It's great if you can do this in front of a mirror or turn your own camera on. We're gonna do Superman's though, okay? So moving back so I don't hit anything. We're going to extend opposite arm and leg. You don't need to bring them off the mat. You can just slide them to the edge of the mat if you want, but oh geez, there's a chair in my way. This is super not going to work. Hold that thought. You just keep holding on the floor in 4-point kneeling. Pull your belly button into your spine. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. And try and ask yourself, is my back completely flat? Can someone eat breakfast off of it? And if they can, great. Maybe not literally. And then I want you to pretend like there's a margarita on your tailbone, and if you spill it, you can't drink it. We all need a margarita right now. Well, maybe not all of us. If you want to incorporate a weight, this is the time where you hold them near your hands. So whichever hand is extending, that's where you hold the weight, but you don't have to. So we're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale, opposite fingers and toes pull away like they're being pulled on strings. And we're coming up to parallel if you can. That's what we're aiming for, but don't spill your margarita. Inhale into your outer ribs. Squeeze it in hollow and pull it back down. I'm wearing a very baggy top that's not really going to help you see. So even though I've just had barbecue, I'm going to do this so you can kind of see the shape of my back a little bit better. Okay, other side. Shoulders under hip, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale to prepare into your ribs, belly button tight. Don't spill your margarita as opposite fingers and toes pull away to Superman. Right to parallel, nice long line. Inhale into your outer ribs. Squeeze them in hollow and like you're moving through treacle. Release, release, release. Check your shoulders. Pull them away from your ears. Check your belly button. Pull it up to your spine. Everything nice and flat still. Other side. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, slide away to Superman. Like somebody's pulling them away. Think away, not up. Inhale into your armpit. Squeeze up and hollow. Everything's tight as you release. Other side. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to Superman. Stop and inhale into your armpit. Slowly, slowly release, release, release. Other side. Check between your knees. Has your stance narrowed? I hope not. Has your shoulders crept up to your ears? I hope not. Inhale to prepare. Opposite fingers and toes stretch away. Smooth. Stop and inhale into your armpit. Squeeze up and hollow and look through. Did you narrow? Last time. Inhale. Exhale to Superman. Inhale into your armpit. Are your hips stable? Keep that margarita from spilling as we close it back down. Good. Let's take your back arm. Inhale. Exhale, thread it through underneath your front arm and just lower your ear to the mat to peek towards me or peek towards the front. Inhale. Exhale, push into that outer hand and restack. Shoulders away from your ears, belly button tight. Inhale to prepare. Take the other arm and thread it underneath towards the back. Ear goes to the floor. A nice stretch. But we're going to inhale and then press through the outer hand to restack. 2 more. Shoulders away from the ears, belly button to spine. Inhale. Exhale, thread it underneath. Ear to the floor if you can. It doesn't have to, but that's the goal. Inhale. Exhale, press up. Last time. Inhale. Exhale, thread it. Hold, inhale. Exhale, press up. Speaking of press ups, let's just do a couple here in box position just for a really good technique. So even if you can do full push-ups, I'd rather you just come with me in the box position because we're going to practice good technique for tricep push-ups. I want your elbows to bend directly back. They don't wing out at all. Directly back towards your knees. So we inhale and we lower our head down. Belly button zipped. Pelvic floor lifted. Forehead to mat. Inhale. Exhale, push up. Now, if that's too hard and you can't get back up, don't bring your forehead to touch the mat. If it hurts your wrists, roll up the mat and hold on. Okay, but you don't have to touch the mat. Let's try it again. You do need to pull the belly button up and the pelvic floor super tight, okay? Like really zip those jeans, like you're wearing the tightest jeans possible. You're trying to get them on. Inhale. We're all going to be like that after this isolation period. Inhale, lower down. Zip and hollow. Inhale, elbows bend straight back. Exhale, squeeze up and hollow and push up. So you really have all the weight in the front of your body as you inhale and lower down. The back is straight. Don't arch the back. Elbows touch the ribs. Inhale, press straight up. If you've got a couple more in you, we're going to do one more, and then we're just going to do this one with pulses. But you can take a child's pose at any time. If you can, you still got energy, come with me. Elbows come into the ribs, forehead down, and we do pulses through the heels of the hands. Go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Press up. Did you fall on your face? Who's down? Child's pose. It's always fun when that happens. Hashtag no judgment. Hashtag never any judgment. If an exercise doesn't feel good, now, that probably burned in your tricep, right? Good. But if you feel a stabbing in your elbows or your wrists, not good. So take a child's pose, okay? I usually do C-shaped spine, but what I think I might do first is some helicopters. So if you've got tight hammies, you could go ahead and take a foam block or cushion or towel, and you can stick it under your bum, and you can sit on it so you can have this nice hamstring extension. I do have cycle shorts on, by the way. I know that looked a little bit rude, but I've got like a tennis skirt with cycle shorts. So if you're good, your hammies are good, you can just go ahead and sit like this. If you want to incorporate the band, go ahead and pull it behind you, okay? Pull it behind you and hold it in your hands, but you don't need to. If you want to incorporate small weights or water bottles, you can come like me. At any rate, we sit nice and tall on our sit bones, yeah? We're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale, bring your arms to a T shape. Wiggle your fingers. They should be in your peripheral vision, so they're just forward of a T shape, okay, but not quite a V shape. Your head stays glued in the middle of your chest, right in between. You don't look over either shoulder because our shoulders are pulled away from our ears, and the only thing that's going to move is our ribs, okay? It's all right if your legs are bent, by the way. Inhale to prepare. Keep the length in your spine and move the whole of your T shape to the side. Stop and inhale. Exhale. Twist a bit further. Stop and inhale. Exhale. Twist a bit further and then return to the front. I didn't realize I was going to hit some furniture. So I'm moving forward. Let's do the other side. So we twist, we stop and refuel, we twist some more. Inhale to prepare. Sit nice and tall in the sit bones and twist from the ribs. Stop. Inhale and sit tall and twist more. So you don't release, you just refuel into your ribs and twist all the air out and return. Is your chin staying right in between or is it looking? Make sure it is a natural extension of your spine. We don't want to strain our neck. Keep the skull over the cervical spine. You know what I mean? We never want to walk around like this, people. Always be pulling your, especially if you're a runner. When you're running, attractive double chin, please. It's good spinal health. Inhale to prepare. Squeeze hip and hollow and come to our T. Inhale into the ribs. Twist to our helicopter. Hold. Inhale and sit tall. Twist a bit further. Inhale and sit tall. Twist a bit further. Twist. And release. I think I did 3. I lost count. Inhale. Twist other side. Pelvic floor lifted, belly button to the spine, refuel. Twist a bit more. Last time, refuel. Twist. Return. Okay? So I think we're going to stop there, but we will just do a little mini mermaid stretch here. Just put your one hand to the side, and we're just going to bend and stretch it over. It doesn't have to come as far as me. And then I want you to bring your pinky towards your foot, towards your pinky toe, and sweep to the front. Come back in. Other side. Inhale. Exhale. Feel your sit bones glued so the stretch is in your waist. Rotate forward, pinky to little toe. They don't have to touch. And sweep it forward. Let's go back to the first side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, twist forward, and exhale, sweep in, round and in. Inhale, exhale. Oh, this feels good to me. Inhale, twist forward, pinky to baby toe. Exhale, sweep forward, and bring it in. Yay! Now we do C-shaped spine. You know it? You love it? You've been waiting for it. So, I know you want to ask me, can we do it with weights? And the answer is, yes, you may. You can do it with the band. You can do it with the weights. You can do it with just body weight. I leave it up to you. Okay? This was not the most practical Pilates outfit, but it's such a gorgeous day out. So, for C-shaped spine, I do it every single class. because it is the perfect antidote to a regular sit-up or crunch. Actually doing my Les Mills body pump training, instructor training, and it was very interesting that they said the one time you don't have to cue belly button to abs or brace abs is during a crunch because, and I quote, your abdomen will naturally, well, maybe not quote, but your abdomen will naturally extend outward or uh, pooch. They didn't use the word pooch. Your abs will naturally pop out when you do a sit-up. And I thought, not when you do a Pilates sit-up. So the idea is that in training for the Pilates sit-up, we're training those muscles to sit right up against the spine. So level 1, if you're a newbie, hold behind your knees. Level 2, arms out in front. Level 3, fingertips to forehead. You pick your poison, okay? But Pam, you have to do level 3. Some of you who've done this a long time should do level 3. You can do it with legs straight out, only if you've done it with me before and you have a super strong lower back. But I like to do it with hands like this. You can have the band around your feet for extra resistance or a pair of weights for extra resistance. Shoulders down the back, sit nice and tall. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale. Pull that vajayjay up, belly button to spine, tuck the pelvis under and slouch into a C shape first. Now somebody pulls your belly button through on a fish hook and you can roll back. It doesn't have to be far, actually. You can stop where your tailbone's just sitting flat. It's up to you. Inhale into your ribs to prepare. Exhale, twist towards me and pull your front elbow back. Twisting only through the ribs. Inhale. Your hips don't move. Exhale away. Hips don't lie. Inhale, return. Belly button to spine, twist from the ribs towards me. Inhale, return. Twist away. Inhale, return. Exhale, bring the forehead over the knees, increase the C-shaped spine, and then roll through to sit tall. When you sit tall, reset those shoulders, okay? So now we're going to do it 3 times. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay, so pick your poison. Level 1, level 2, level 3. Not with weights, obviously. Well, I guess if you have dumbbells that aren't going to hurt your forehead. Shoulders away from the ears, belly button nice and tight. We inhale to prepare. Squeeze the and hollow, roll the pelvis under and slouch first. Are your abs glued to your spine? If so, pull from the belly button towards the floor to roll back. Stop where you feel comfortable. Shoulders away from the ears, inhale into your ribs. Twist towards me. Twist all the air out like you're wringing out a washcloth. Twist away. Inhale. So lead from the ribs, not the shoulder. You're wringing out that washcloth. Inhale. Exhale away. 2 more. Exhale to me. Return. Exhale away. Return. Exhale. Increase the C shape. Belly button glues to the spine and we roll through and reset. The shoulders, well done. Shake it off. Now, if you do Wednesday Pilates with me, you'll see that we're progressing this move. We're progressing it, and I don't want you to do this now, because we're not there yet, to a full Pilates rollout, which looks like this. Watch how smooth. Yeah? Okay? Got a little cramp on my rib, but you get the idea. So there's no jarring, no shaking. So you see how that looks very different to a regular sit-up. Okay? So a regular sit-up, we're pushing the abs out, and we're doing that. We're bringing ourselves up like that, not with the Pilates push-up. We are practicing the one that we did here. Remember this one, people? We brought the ribs to the hips, and then we C-shape those abs. Okay, let's lay flat on our back. Roll your pelvis around. It should feel good. Find the place where your tailbone is sitting nice and flat. Can you see me? I feel like maybe you can't see me, but I just tip you a wee bit further, but it does look like you can see me. Let's see, get the full view. Legs are bent. They're maybe 6 inches away from your bum. and they're 6 inches away from each other, so they're hip distance apart. Tailbone is flat on the ground, and your shoulders are flat on the ground. To find your neutral spine, wiggle your fingertips under that little gap in your back. The shoulders, see, it's funny because your shoulders now might not sit completely straight on the flat on the ground, and that's probably if you've got like uneven hips and scoliosis, or if you've got some shoulder issues. Sitting like this is not, you're not going to be able to get both shoulder blades folded in equally on the ground, but that's obviously what you're aiming for. And interestingly, when we engage the pelvic floor here, it's a good chance to check your lateral breathing, because what you should feel is your ribs pull down towards the floor and expand outward if you're doing a proper lateral breathing. It's okay if that doesn't come naturally yet, though. Breathe in through the mouth to prepare. Expand those ribs out and down towards the floor. Exhale, squeeze the ribs together. Belly button to spine, pelvic floor comes up, but don't press into your hands. Release. So you're like shortening, you're pulling the transversus abdominis in and tightening, but you're shortening the rectus abdominis as well, and all without moving. Inhale, deep and wide into the ribs to prepare. Feel them? Exhale. Close the elevator doors. Level 1, belly button to spine. Level 2, ribs knit together. Level 3, squeeze all the air out of you with your ribs, but don't press into your fingertips. Release. This feels like we're just checking our posture, but this is a very powerful exercise. Inhale. This is what I love about Pilates. People walking by would think we are doing nothing, just chilling out on the floor, right? Inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze like you're holding a pea, pull it up and in like you're zipping your jeans, ribs knit to spine like you're Houdini, someone's gonna punch you. Don't press into your fingertips. Release. Great. Fingertips now on hips, thumbs on ribs. This is your magic square, shoulders away from your ears, pressing into the mat. This is your magic square, okay, and I don't want it to move. So take one hand away and put it down by your side. Let's say the right hand. So we're going to move opposite hand and leg away. So we inhale, float one fingertip up to the ceiling. Exhale, push it away and push the opposite heel away, but don't let your hips and ribs move. Keep that neutral spine. Inhale. Squeeze it and hollow just like you did before, and slide everything back where it was. Slide that foot right back where it was. Don't let your stance narrow. Now change hands. Put opposite fingertips on hips, thumbs on ribs, and the other hand goes down by your side. You can see my hands right here. So I don't want this to move. We inhale into the lungs to prepare. I want you to float the fingertips to the ceiling, and then opposite heel pushes away. Smooth. Smooth as it pushes away from the heel. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze it and hollow, and don't let your hips move as you close it back in. Other side. Drop the hand by your side, fingertips on hips, thumbs on ribs. Inhale, float fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, squeeze it and hollow, and push the heel away. Nice and long. Inhale. Exhale, close. Other side. Swap hands. Inhale. Fingertips float to the ceiling. Exhale. Slide that heel away. See how smooth my heel is? Can you do that? It glides along the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Close. Have those hips moved at all? They should be glued in cement. We're going to try something slightly different now. Inhale. Fingertips to the ceiling, just one hand. Exhale, slide opposite heel away. Now we're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale, send them both up to the sky this time. Squeeze it and hollow, and touch your knee. Inhale, release. Exhale, touch your knee. So, is that tailbone moving? Are those hips moving? Shouldn't be. If it doesn't feel comfortable, you can do it with a bent knee, or you can just chill. A couple more. And last two. Hold it here, both fingertips on hips and thumbs on ribs, because we're going to do tiny circles, okay? I want you to breathe in as it comes in and out as the circle comes around. In and out, tiny circles. In and out. You don't want those hips to move. If those hips are moving, your circle's too big. In, 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 other way. So tiny circles with your toe on the ceiling. Inhale out. Everything's tight. Inhale out. Breathe across. Inhale as you circle out. Tiny circles because those hips are not moving. What is stabilizing those hips? Your belly button, your pelvic floor, your lower abs, your upper abs, your obliques. A couple more. Breathe in. Last one. Hug that knee in. So, tiny moves. Tiny, tiny moves. You can just ease off your hip flexor, swap, and we're going to put the opposite hand by our side. We got to do the opposite hand by the side. We got to stretch the heel away. Hand floats up above the head. We inhale into the ribs here, and we're going to exhale, bring both up to touch the knee, but without those hips moving. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. Again. If it's too intense, bend the knee, or just chill out. Couple more. Last one. Hold it here, point the toe. Both fingertips on hips, both thumbs on ribs. We're going to do tiny circles inward first. Inhale, exhale as it comes out and around. Inhale, as it comes round. Tiny. Listen to your hips. Glue the tailbone down. Glue the belly button to the spine. Squeeze the pelvic floor. We're actually looking for about level 3 engagement here. Couple more. If you're very good and very confident, your circles can get bigger. But you've got to work your way up because those hips can't move. Last 2. Last 1. Other way now, but really refocus. Set the hip again, everything nice and tight. Inhale out, exhale across. Tiny circles. Inhale out. Tailbone moving? Nope. Hips moving? Nope. If they are, smaller circle. You can actually use the band here. Hold it over your toe, and that can actually help stabilize it. If your hips are wiggling, invest in a band next time. Few more. Inhale out, across. Inhale out, across. Last one. Out, across, and hug. Just hug it in. Stretch that hip flexor out. Lovely. So we've done a couple different ones today. We're going to go ahead and roll onto our bellies, and I think we'll just search for coral. We know it. We love it. Well, I love it anyway, and isn't that what really matters? So we're going to go ahead and search for coral for this lovely weather we're having here. We're going to pretend like we're in the Bahamas, even though we're not. We can pretend. And set yourself up, laying face down on your mat. You can actually incorporate weights into this if you want, but it's pretty intense, so I wouldn't recommend it unless you're seriously advanced, okay? I really wouldn't. Let's do a couple baby cobras just to warm up. So for our positioning, our feet are at the outside of our mat, our hands are in front of our elbows, so they're out at about 90 degrees on either side, and our forehead is into the mat, even though I'm looking at you. You want to go ahead and sort of press your pubic bone and your hip bones towards the mat so the belly button is headed to the sky. And we're going to just tiny lift up into a cobra. It looks like this. Chin is still tucked in, but I'm just using my shoulder blades to pull myself up, okay? So breathe in to prepare. Belly button to spine, pelvic floor is up. Send the nose along the mat by pulling the shoulders down the back. You can actually pull on the floor and squeeze the shoulder blades to come to the hover. Hands stay on the mat. Inhale, tuck the chin in, and as you exhale, the top of the head grows longer. You can pull on the floor and place your nose further away. Inhale to prepare. Squeeze it but hollow and send the nose along the mat. Pull the shoulder blades down the back to come up to your hover. Belly button is pulling up to the sky. Inhale. Tuck the chin in. Exhale. Back of the neck grows long. You can pull on the floor and actually really lengthen your spine out. One more baby cobra. Actually, two more. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Nose goes along the mat. Squeeze the shoulder blades down the back. And when you get to the top, there's the option to lift the hands up and pull your elbows back into a W. Tuck the chin in, back of the neck's long. Inhale. And as we exhale, grow an inch taller. Inhale. Exhale, nose goes along the mat, shoulders pulled down and away from the ears. Come to your cobra, chin tucked in. You can lift the elbows into a W shape. Feel the shoulder blades pinching together at the top. Inhale. Exhale and lower back down. You don't need to lift the hands, by the way. Okay. And now let's go ahead and search for coral. It's a very similar move. We lift up and then we come to one side and we come to the other side. We have the option to release the outer hand and tap the pinky to the thigh, but only if you want to. Okay? We don't come more than a couple inches off and we never ever look up. We're always looking at something super interesting on the mat. We always have our chin tucked in for safety. Not jammed in. Don't think of jamming your chin to your chest. Think about a lengthening of the back of the spine instead. I'm going to try it with weights for the first time ever. Who knows? It's probably going to go horribly wrong. Let's see if I can do it. Inhale to prepare. Pubic bone heads to the floor, belly button to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale. Nose comes along the mat. Shoulder blades pull down to come to your hover. Inhale into your armpits. Exhale, search for coral. No coral there. Exhale, other side. No coral there. Inhale at the center and slowly lower, lower, lower. Now we're going to search left, right, left, right. And I'll give you the option to release the outer arm and tap. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, nose comes along the mat, shoulders pulled down your back to come to your hover. Inhale into your armpits. Exhale, search for coral. Keep it all in one plane. Option to tap the thigh. Inhale, return. Exhale, other way. Option to tap the thigh. Inhale, return. Do it again. Search. No coral there. Search. No coral there. Hold it here and slowly lower, lower, lower. Dropping the weights. We're going to do it one last time. Remember not to let the elbows sag as you come around the side. That's why I'm dropping the weights, because it doesn't matter how fit and how often you do this, you have to watch your technique. As soon as you lose your technique, drop it down a level. It's not something you should tough out ever. Better technique is always better than more body weight or resistance band. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze deep and hollow, nose comes along the mat, shoulders pulled down the back to hover, chin tucked in. Inhale into your armpits. Squeeze deep and hollow and search. No coral there. Inhale, return. Search. No coral there. Inhale, return. Two more sets. Search. Nothing. Search. Inhale, return. Last time. Search for coral. Oh, I think I found some. Oh, wait, it's my mat. Inhale. Exhale, other side. Definitely looks like coral. Inhale, return. Hold it here. Tuck the chin in, back of the neck long. Is the belly button to the spine? Are you pinching between your shoulder blades? Inhale. Exhale, slowly grow an inch taller. Child's pose. Lovely. Let's check our timing. I feel like we're sort of battering through everything quite quickly, and yet our time is almost up. So we'll just do a super quick side lying series. Thank you for those of you who are still here with us. The good news is we just have the side lying series left. The bad news is we have the side lying series left, but we're just going to do a short set, okay? So keep it nice and short this time. We'll just do lift and lowers, tiny circles in front, front, back. You can use a pillow or a towel if you want to put on top of your arm, just to like keep, you want the head naturally in line with the spine. So sometimes I find that this is just a little bit too here, but this is fine too. You may not do this. We need to always have the neck in a nice, natural long line. From our fingers all the way to our toes, pull your top shoulder down your back. Think of your waist lifting in and up into the air, and somebody spikes your hips one on top of the other. Level 3, the highest level, is right here. You have your fingertips about an inch in front and an inch below your hip to feel the engagement. Level 2 to drop it down is here, and level 3 is to bend the underneath leg for more stability. Drop down whenever you need it. Inhale, point the toe, it pulls long and away from us. Then we flex it using our pelvic floor and these muscles right here and crush a Coke can between our ankles. So point that toe. Inhale and lift up. Think away, not up. Flex the toe back towards you with resistance and exhale, close. Point that toe. Inhale as somebody pulls it away on a string, just above hip height. Resist the string back by flexing and mindfully crush it down. Can you feel it working in here? Point that toe, inhale and lift. Flex it with your vajayjay and crush it. Apologies, menfolk. The menfolk in my class know you mean pelvic floor. Inhale, point and lift away. Exhale, resist back and crush it down. Can you see my little froggy socks? They make a whole froggy at the bottom. Inhale, point and lift. Flex it. Crush it down. Last one. Point the toe. Inhale and lift long and away from us, and our whole leg becomes a pencil as we draw tiny circles on the wall from our hip. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hand in front of you, flex the foot, keep it all in one plane as we bring the foot forward and we go sniff, sniff. Point it behind us, all in one plane. It doesn't have to come very far forward, but we have to flex it forward and go behind, just behind. We go in front, we go point it just behind the other foot. Last one, we go, we hold it behind us, we flex the foot, we do tiny pulses of the ankle to the ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Tuck the pelvis under, belly button to the spine. Pull that ankle behind us and up an inch if you can. Try not to fall over, but squeeze it in hollow and pull it back and up. Last time. Inhale, squeeze it in hollow, belly button to the spine. If you can, pull it back and just up, and then try and just squeeze the upper buttock and trap the blood in there and just tuck the pelvis under and just squeeze it until it shakes and release. Bend your legs. Spank it. Feels good. It doesn't feel good. It's on fire. Other side and we're done. Yes, we are. Summer's here. Summer's here and the time is right for Pilates in the streets. Right. Nice long line from our fingers all the way to our toes, okay? So set up the same on this side as you did on the other side, okay? Pull the upper arm, shoulder away from your ear and imagine somebody hoisting your waist in and pulling it up into the air on a hoist and staking the hips one on top of the other, boof, like that. You might be more wobbly on one side than the other. So remember, level 2 here, level 3 here. Drop it down anytime your technique starts to wobble or shake. Point that toe. Inhale, it lifts long and away from you, just above hip height, not high. flex it back towards you, and crush it down. So inhale, point the toe, and think away towards the wall, not up. Then flex it back towards you using your abdominals, and crush it down. It's like two separate moves. Point the toe, inhale away, resist it back with your pelvic floor, and crush. Point the toe, inhale and lift, flex it, and crush. Couple more. Point that toe, inhale and lift it long and away, flex it, and crush a Coke can between your ankles. Point that toe, inhale and lift, flex it, and crush. And on this one, we point the toe, it lifts long and away from us, and the whole leg becomes a pencil, tiny circles from our hip. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it here, flex the foot, hand comes in front of you. We bring it in front of the body and we go pulse, pulse, point it behind us as we go just behind the bottom leg. We flex it forward and exhale behind us. We flex it forward and go. Last one, we go all in one plane, and when it comes just behind the underneath one, flex it for tiny pulses of the ankle towards the ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here, tuck the pelvis under, belly button nice and tight, bring the ankle back and up to the sky. Just an inch. Just another inch, we bring it back and up. Inhale, exhale, back and up if you can. Now think about squeezing the upper buttock. Just try and tense it and tuck the pelvis under and squeeze it and trap the blood there and squeeze the belly button, squeeze the pelvic floor, and everything's tight and it's shaking and it's burning, and you release. If it hurts your knee, don't engage so hard. Rub it, smack it, ease it off. You worked very hard. That was quick. But hopefully you've been doing my sessions, so we're progressing more quickly each week, and we're trying to really hone the technique each week. But that's all we've got for now. So we're going to roll up to standing just like we did at the beginning. Super, super slow. I like to rock onto my toes and sort of wake up my feet first, but if that doesn't feel good, you don't need to do it, okay? But you do need to roll up super slow like we did at the beginning. So I like to shake my head yes and no, and just let all the tension out. Yes and no. And then I inhale to the back of the ribs. And as I exhale, belly button pulls to the sky. I walk the fingers on my legs. I tuck the pelvis under. Remember, the head stays nice and heavy, nice and relaxed as each vertebrae finds its home. You can go slower than me, but never faster. The shoulder blades start to melt down whenever you're ready. In the back of the head, we'll pull up nice and long to the ceiling. And when you're ready, we're just going to sweep the arms up and take a deep breath in. And then as we exhale, grow an inch taller as our head floats to the ceiling. We inhale, sweep it up, and we exhale. Shoulders melt down the back, and our balloons on our head float us to the ceiling. And last one, breathe in and give yourself a massive round of applause. You rocked it. And that, my friends, is Cathlates for the hotties, and you all are the hotties. I know it. You know it. Everybody knows it. So go ahead and do this session again whenever you like. I'll stick it on YouTube. Share it if there's somebody you know who you think would enjoy it. There's chair Lattes for people who have joint conditions. There's Pilates for kiddos for those of